Taiwan, with the official name of the Republic of China, also known as China Taipei, National China and Formosa, is an island country in East Asia that consists of the islands of Taiwan, Penghu, Kinmen, Matsu and a number of other small islands, all of which are in the eastern coasts of China. This country is bordered by the People's Republic of China to the west, Japan to the northeast, and the Philippines to the south through the Taiwan Strait. The government of the Republic of China was formed on October 10, 1911 following the Wuchang Uprising and became official on January 1, 1912. In the past, this state included part of mainland China and the Republic of Mongolia. After the end of the Second World War, this country regained the islands of Taiwan and Penghu from Japan and approved a new constitution in 1947. But following the Chinese Civil War in 1949, the Kuomintang Chinese Nationalist Party, the ruling party of the country, handed over all of the country's mainland to the Chinese Communist Party. As a result, the government of the Republic of China, headed by Chiang Kai-shek, settled in the island of Taiwan and chose the city of Taipei as the temporary capital of the government in exile of this country, and still considered itself the legitimate government of mainland China and Mongolia. This is despite the fact that the government of the People's Republic of China has been ruling the mainland since then. At the beginning of the Cold War, the government of Taiwan was recognized by many Western countries and the United Nations as the only legitimate government of China. This government was one of the founding members of the United Nations and was a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council until 1971, but this year it was expelled from this organization and the country's seat was given to the government of the People's Republic of China. The People's Republic of China called this government illegal, wants the return of this land to the mainland of China and has declared his readiness to use force if necessary. The differences between these two governments cast a shadow on Taiwan's political situation, and any attempt to declare Taiwan's independence is threatened by the People's Republic of China. Sometimes these tensions escalate. For example, following the escalation of tensions between the People's Republic of China and Taiwan in 2021, the United States sent several warships to the region to support Taiwan. The People's Republic of China refuses to establish diplomatic relations with countries that recognize Taiwan. As a result, Taiwan only has official relations with 21 member states of the United Nations. Taiwan was a one-party state in the 1980s and changed its nature to a democratic and multi-party state without much difficulty. The government system of this country is a semi-presidential system with universal suffrage. The president is the head of the country and the commander of the armed forces. Yuan is the name of the country's legislature. The Republic of China is a member of the World Trade Organization and the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Organization. The Portuguese discovered this island in 1590 and named it Formosa, which means beautiful. In 1624, the Dutch built forts in the south and the Spanish in the north of the island. The Dutch expelled the Spanish from this island in 1641 and controlled Taiwan until 1661. In 1661, General Koxinga took over the government of Taiwan as an independent kingdom. In 1683, the Qing dynasty conquered this island by occupying Taiwan. With the start of the war between China and Japan in 1895, the Chinese were defeated and Taiwan fell into the hands of the Japanese. During their rule over Taiwan, the Japanese played a big role in the development and expansion of this island. After the end of World War II, the island was reclaimed from Japan and became part of the Republic of China. In 1949, the Chinese President Chiang Kai-shek fled to this island after the defeat in the Chinese Civil War and with the beginning of the Chinese Communist Revolution, and the government of the Republic of China has been in charge of the administration of this land since then. With the start of World War II and because Taiwan was under the control of Japan, American bombers repeatedly bombarded Taiwan during the war. After the end of World War II, Taiwan was returned to China. In 1949, Chiang Kai-shek's forces took over the administration of Taiwan after defeating General Chiang Kai-shek. He stationed 600,000 of his troops on the island. The People's Republic of China regarded this action of Chiang Kai-shek with suspicion and anger and declared that Taiwan is an inalienable part of China's territory. Citation needed. The political situation of Taiwan is very ambiguous and complicated. This government officially considers itself the legitimate government of the entire Chinese territory and considers the People's Republic of China, which has taken power in mainland China since 1949, illegal. In 1949, the President of China, Chiang Kai-shek, fled to Taiwan after the defeat in the Chinese Civil War and the outbreak of the Communist Revolution in this country, and the government of the Republic of China was in charge of the administration of this land from then until 1975. On April 5, 1975, Chiang Kai-shek, the leader of Taiwan's independence movement, died of a heart attack at the age of 87. After him, his son, Chiang Ching-kuo, continued his father's path as prime minister. In December 1991, an election was held in Taiwan during which Lee Teng-hui became the president of Taiwan. In 1998, the Taiwan Independence Resolution went to the UN Security Council again, but for the sixth time this resolution was vetoed by the Beijing government. In March 2000, in Taiwan's presidential election, Chen Shui-bian, from the Democratic Progressive Party won 71% of the votes and became the president of Taiwan, ending 50 years of nationalist rule over Taiwan. Taiwan became a member of the World Trade Organization (WTO) in January 2002. In August 2002, Taiwanese President Chen Shui-bian attacked China in a speech and declared that China and Taiwan are two separate countries. He also said that a referendum would soon be held for the independence of Taiwan and referred to it as fundamental human rights. The day before the March 20, 2004 referendum, Vice President Annette Lu survived a botched assassination attempt believed to have been carried out by the Chinese government. Finally, the referendum failed because the number of votes did not reach 50%. Tensions between China and Taiwan peaked in March 2005 with the passage of the anti-separatism law in the Chinese parliament. In April 2005, the leader of Taiwan's Nationalist Party, Lin Chan, visited China and met with Chinese President Hu Jintao. In June 2006, the corruption of the president, Chen Shui-bian, was revealed. At the same time, Taiwan's parliament issued an order to prosecute the president and his family for corruption. In November 2006, it was revealed that Wu Shu-chen, the wife of the president, had spent $450,000 of public property for personal expenses and entertainment. The president of Taiwan issued a restraining order for his wife using the powers of the president. In May 2007, Taiwan's Prime Minister Su Sang-chong resigned. The president replaced him with Chong Chun-chiang. In the January 2008 parliamentary elections, the opposition Kuomintang defeated the government-affiliated Democratic Progressive Party by winning 81 out of 113 parliamentary seats. After this presidential election, Chen Shui-bian resigned as the head of his party, but remained the president of Taiwan. The results of this election moderated the policy of confrontation and hostility with China over the independence of Taiwan to some extent. Relations between China and Taiwan have improved since Ma Ying-jeou came to power in 2008. In 2009, Ma Ying-jeou and the Chinese leader exchanged messages directly, in the form of party duties and not in the role of leader, after 60 years. A year later, the two countries signed a historic trade agreement. Following this improvement in relations, the heads of these countries had a meeting in Singapore in November 2015 after 66 years. But growing concern about China's influence has caused widespread dissatisfaction in Taiwan with the expansion of relations. Following this dissatisfaction, the KMT suffered a heavy defeat in the local elections. The relations between China and Taiwan have improved since Meng Zhu came to power in 2008. In 2009, Meng Zhu and the Chinese leader exchanged messages directly, in the form of party duties and not in the role of leader, after 60 years. A year later, the two countries signed a historic trade agreement. Following this improvement in relations, the heads of these countries had a meeting in Singapore in November 2015 after 66 years. But growing concern about China's influence has caused widespread dissatisfaction in Taiwan with the expansion of relations. Following this dissatisfaction, the KMT suffered a heavy defeat in the local elections. There are three main opinions regarding the political future of Taiwan. 1. The government of Taiwan should be known as the Republic of China and the legal government of this country. 2. Taiwan should rejoin mainland China and become part of the People's Republic of China. And 3. Declare its existence as an independent country. Taiwan was geographically connected to mainland China in the past, but due to the movement of the Earth's crusts, part of the lands connecting the two sides went underwater and the area became a strait, and Taiwan then turned into an island. Many ancient artifacts such as stone tools, black and stainless pottery that were unearthed in different areas of Taiwan show that the prehistoric culture of Taiwan is the same as that of mainland China. Currently, the capital of Taiwan is Taipei with a population of 3.1 million. The area of Taiwan is 36,197 square kilometers and its population is 23,817,000 people. The most important cities in Taiwan are Kaohsiung with 1,514,000 people, Taichung with 1,070,000 people, Tainan with 756,000 people and Keelung with 411,000 people. 1,000 people pointed out. Taiwan has a very high economic growth. It is predicted that in the next few years, this country will join the main powers of Asia economically. The Taichung power plant with a production capacity of 5,824 megawatts is located in this country, the largest coal-fired power plant in the world. Taiwan, the new Taiwan dollar is called cents. Taiwan's exports are mainly computer and its components, electronics, metals, textiles and plastics. More than 4/5 of the people of Taiwan are from the Han people who migrated to this island between the 7th and 9th centuries. After that, from the 12th century, the Malays and the Fukian and Kwangtung tribes settled in this island. The race of 84% of Taiwanese is Taiwanese and 14% is Chinese, and the religion of 93% of Taiwanese people is a mixture of Buddhism, Confucianism and Taoism, and 5% are Christians. The official language of Taiwanese is Mandarin Chinese. Taiwanese and Hakka Chinese languages are also common. Taiwan is the first country in Asia where same-sex marriage has been legalized. Formasi languages are the languages of the native people of Taiwan. Aboriginal Taiwanese, those recognized by the government, currently make up about 2% of the island's population. However, after centuries of language shift, a much smaller number can still speak their ancestral language. Of Taiwan's approximately 26 indigenous languages, at least 10 are extinct, and another 4, perhaps 5, are endangered, with a few more endangered. The native languages of Taiwan are important in historical linguistics, since Taiwan is most likely the origin of the entire Austronesian language family. According to linguist Robert Blast, the Formese languages make up 9 of the 10 major Austronesian language branches, while the remaining 1 major branch includes the approximately 1,200 Malayo-Polynesian languages found outside of Taiwan. Although linguists agree with some, the details of the Blast analysis do not agree. A broad consensus has been reached that the Austronesian languages originated in Taiwan. This theory is strengthened by recent studies on human population genetics, which also help to prove the matrilineal nature of the migration. Traditional Chinese Zhou people are the native people of south-central Taiwan. They are scattered throughout the 3 administrative entities of the Republic of China Taiwan, namely Nantou, Sheyi and Kaohsiung City. The Aborigine population of Taiwan reaches 530,000 people and constitutes nearly 2.3% of the island's population. Recent researches suggest that the ancestors of these people lived in Taiwan perhaps until 8,000 years ago, until the large migration of the Han Chinese began in the 17th century. The natives of Taiwan are Austronesian people who have linguistic ties with other people of this race. Austronesians also inhabit the Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, Madagascar and Oceania. The issue of ethnic identity that is not related to the Asian mainland has become a complex knot in the exchanges related to Taiwan's political situation. For centuries, the natives living in Taiwan endured economic competition and military conflicts with a chain of colonial newcomers. Central government policies to promote linguistic change and cultural assimilation, as well as continued contact with colonizers through trade, interracial marriage and other disinterested intercultural processes, have led to some degree of linguistic death and loss of cultural identity. Friends, please help this channel by subscribing and ringing the bell and liking it so that it will reach its suitable watch time as soon as possible. With your support, please encourage us. Ringing the bell and subscribing and liking it will not take your time, but it will make the channel progress, so please support us in this way. Please help. Thank you all. You have been great so far. From now on, we know you will accompany us. Thank you again.